Hello everyone, my name is Riris. Our lesson today is clause. What is clause? Clause is a group of related words that consists of a subject and a verb. A clause. A clause consists of two parts, independent clause or main clause and dependent clause or subclause. Independent clause or main clause is a complete sentence. The dependent clause or subclause is not complete sentence. So dependent clause can stand alone without independent clause. To connect dependent clause to independent clause, we need a connector. There are three kinds of connector. For the first, relative pronoun. The second one is question word and yes/no question. And the last one is relative adverb. Talk about independent and dependent clause. This is the example of dependent and independent clause. I know what you mean. I know as independent clause because he can stand alone without what you mean. Then what you mean is dependent clause. There are three kinds of clauses. For the first is noun clause. A clause has function as noun or subject. The connector in noun clause is question word or yes/no question. The second one is adjective clause. A clause modifies a noun. And the connector of adjective clause is a relative pronoun like who, whom, whose, which, that, where, and when. The third one is adverbial clause. A clause has function as an adverb. The connector of adverbial clause is a relative adverb like before, after, because, when, in order that, and so on. Guys, this is an example of noun clause. I heard as independent clause, and what you see is question. So the noun clause is I heard what you said. If yes/no question, we have to use connector whether or if between dependent and independent clause like will she come? I don't know whether or if she will come. Now, this is the example of adjective clause. As we know that in adjective clause, we use connector like who used for people, a subject. Remember that who used for people, a subject. For the example is, the girl is my friend. She is sitting next to me. She refers to the girl. So the adjective clause is the girl who is sitting next to me is my friend. And now whom used for people as object. The man is my uncle. I met him yesterday. Him refers to the man. The man whom I met yesterday is my uncle. Why we use whom? Because whom used for people as object. And the third one is which, used for things as subject and object. The book is yours. It is on the table. So the adjective clause is the book which on the table is yours. The book is yours. I borrowed yesterday. So the adjective clause is the book which I borrowed yesterday is yours. Now that used for both people and things. Not only people but things. Whose used to show possession. I saw the man whose eyes is brown. I saw the man whose eyes is brown. Whose refers to her eyes. When used to modify a noun of time. For the example is, I remember the day I met you on that day. So the adjective clause is, I remember the day when I met you. When refers to the day I met you. Where used to modify a noun of time. The country is amazing. I live in that country. So the adjective clause of it is the country where I live is very amazing. Where refers to in that country. Well, these are several examples of adverbial clause. But the first is he went to the bed because he was sleepy. Because he was sleepy as adverb of causative. And the second is although it is raining, I will go to the beach. Although it is raining as adverb of condition. And the last one is I went to the bed after having finished my homework. After having finished my homework as adverb of time. Now, how to distinguish noun clause, adjective clause, and adverbial clause? Let's check this out. The first example is I knew when you came. When you came, do not modify knew, but as object of that sentence. So, the first example is noun clause. The second example is I forget the day when you came. When modify the day. So, the second example is adjective clause. The last one is she was cooking soup when I came. When I came as adverb of time of the sentence. So, the last one is adverbial clause. Thanks for your attention and see you next time.